So first thing you need for a bioactive vivarium is hydro balls. I got some Zoom Meds hydro balls. It's for the bottom of the tank. Absorbs water so you don't overflow on the soil. So you just put a nice layer inside the tank. So I have two pounder, 2.5. They didn't have any bigger, so this will do. Then you just smooth it out, make it even. So the next thing you need is a net, like a screen mesh, like you get from a screen door. You need to measure the inside of the tank. So on this one, this is the 18 by 18 by 24 Buddha tank, and with the background, it's 15.5 to the edge of the glass, 17 and 3/16 inches. So you mark the screen and cut it out. So I already put the screen. You could get these at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware. They're really cheap. I got this at Lowe's for $7.39 around there with tax. So it's really cheap. When you get a big roll, you can save it for next time. Next thing I'm going to put is the soil. And the soil I use is the Zoom Meds ReptiSoil. This is good for plants, live plants. If you're not using live plants, then you could just use Eco Earth. But you need ReptiSoil for live plants because live plants need almost kind of like a fertilizer. This is like almost pretty much like a fertilizer for the plants. The Eco Earth doesn't have any of the conditions for the plants to live. I bought this at PetSmart. You get at Petco or any reptiles stores you could find. It's pretty cheap too. It's like less than $15 for this whole bag. So you want to put a good amount just because of the plant's roots. So when you get your plants, you want to make sure that it's safe for the reptile and it's not too big, and you got to remove all the fertilizer that comes with the plant, just because those plant food that it comes inside the fertilizer, it's harmful for the reptile. They're gonna mistake it for food and eat it and just snuck it. So I'm just putting enough so I could put the plant in, and then I'll add more later. Right now that's a good amount. I'll just lay it out. Next I'll put the plant, get it ready for prep. So right now I already washed not all of it, but a majority of the fertilizer. And this is a Calathea type of plant. I think it's a Shine Star. This is good for reptiles, safe, and it's also air purifier. So you just want to put it in a spot that it'd be good for the reptile not to interfere that much, and also with your decoration. So I'm just gonna place it right about here. This is good enough. just want to gently put it in there. It's just buried a little bit. There you get more dirt, more soil. Spread it around. Once you get this soil, you'll see why this is good for plants. You're gonna feel it and you're gonna notice it compared to Eco Earth. You can feel the type of moisture it holds, and it's almost pretty much the same as any other fertilizer. And if you can't get this, you could also go to any of your like garden kind of store or any hardware store that sell plants. They have a type of fertilizer that doesn't have any like food plants in it. This is like little white pellets and stuff like that. Just get the one without it and it works just the same. The type of reptile I'm gonna have here, they're both babies. I got a Chinese water dragon. His name, we don't know the type of sex he is or she is, so we just named him, he or she, Spyro. And this is going to be good for Spyro to climb. This brand is, I believe, is by PetSmart. I believe it's their own brand. And I like this one compared to all the other vines because it has all the moss already growing on it. Well, not growing on it, glued on it. And we're gonna put it around the tank for the dragon to climb, and we'll get the bass and the UVB lights. And I'm gonna be using these clips. You could use a suction cup, but I couldn't find any, so I use this. This works the same. You could get it pretty much anywhere, Target, your hardware store, anywhere. So the next, you want to make sure it's like good enough they could reach the basking light to get the warmth, UVB, and just to chill wherever he wants to go, and it will look nice in your tank. So I already installed the vine. You can see it, I have the hooks here. I put a total of 4 hooks to hold everything. This is a 6-foot long vine. What I did is make sure if you're getting this type of hooks, make sure that it's the metal one. Because what you want to do is, once you put the vine in, you use a vice grip and you press onto it, and it will bend this this hook, and it will clamp onto the vine. And you can see it would not fall off. It's sturdy enough for the dragon or any reptile you have to jump on and would not fall off the hook. You can see I put a little bit to go on the heat, a little bit to go on the UVB for it to come down. And I already put this artificial plant. I'll be putting more plants later. Live plants is all I just have right now. Next step is just put decorations you want. I like to put some moss in here, and you then have the water bowl, the food dish, the hide, and pretty much you're almost set up. So as you can see, it's about almost 100% done. I'm gonna add some up, more items later, more plants. Keep that updated. As you can see, I put some moss. It's a good quantity. You could add more if you want. What I have it right now is I like it the way it is. Since I'm gonna be adding more, I'm gonna add another vine. I would recommend putting some spray water on the vine, just because it's like the same as like moss. It needs to be wet and it will stick on better to the vine. Otherwise, it will just keep falling. I put a water bowl on the cool side, and I put a bigger one on the rear, where the warm side is for the water dragon to go in and do whatever he wants to do. I put a feeding bowl here. This one's by Thrive. I really like this one because of the coating inside the bowl. Makes it slippery for the worms to not to climb over. So if you use giant mealworms, they will probably come out, but the small worms like these, they won't come out. I also have this it's a Exoterra Typhoon. Every 4 hours it will turn on and lasts about 30 seconds. And I also forgot to mention in the video, I have thermometers here on the cool side and the warm side on the bottom. It also has a humidity gauge, and I'm also going to be putting one on top where the Chinese water dragon would be basking, and also another food bowl dish on top with a magnet attached to it. And I'm also housing red-eye crocodile skink on the bottom. They're both, the Chinese water dragon and the red-eye are both babies. They're both small, so they won't fight or anything. Once the Chinese water dragon gets bigger, I'll separate them, but as of right now, they'll be fine. Also, I forgot to mention with the moss, it's also good if you have like leopard geckos or any, like, if you're gonna do breeding, they'll be good for them to lay the eggs. I use it for my leopard geckos. It's also good for shedding for leopard geckos or any other desert type that shed or snakes. So I would highly recommend getting the moss for your reptiles. And I'll be putting both of the little guys in. Alright, so I'm gonna put the Chinese water dragon in. This is Spyro. It's almost 4 months old. I'm not sure if it's a boy or girl yet. And you can see he's he or she's healthy, not stressed. The colors are coming in, and with this new home, hopefully he or she will love it. You can see our cat seeing our Chinese water dragon for the first time. And next is going to be our red-eye crocodile skink. This is a boy. His name is Toothless. It's about 4 months old too. This is a new tank as well. And it's going to be his permanent tank. Once Spyro gets big, he will be replaced out of this tank and into a new, bigger enclosure. And hopefully get more red eyes later on. But as of right now, this is my setup. If you have any questions, just send a comment and we'll get to you. And if you like this setup, send us a like and subscribe. Thanks.